Realizing that matters in Mexico wouldn't improve, the U.S. finally steps in. As news about Madero upsetting the citizens by literally giving power to his own family spread, U.S. Ambassador Henry Lane Wilson, under the direction of President Taft, sets off and joins the anti-Madero forces.
I have been informed of the matters that have been occurring in your country and of President Madero.
Ya he sido informado de lo que sucede en su país y con Presidente Madero.
Hearing about this is appalling since since all of you have once helped and supported him.
El escuchar lo sucedido es una decepción para ustedes, pero yo les ayudaré.
I want to build a plan to bring Madero down.
Tengo un plan para terminar con Madero.
Sí, claro. Bueno, y si los Estados Unidos ayudan, trabajaremos juntos.
Thank you, and if the U.S. is helping, then we will work together.
Alright, how should we do this?
¿Cómo empezar?
Revolts continued on against Madero despite countless deaths. On February 9, 1913, the beginning of the 10 tragic days, the plan to eliminate Madero began.
You called for me? Yes, thank you for coming. I need your advice. Yes, what is it? Forces just keep pouring against me, Huerta. I don't know how to hold them back. I just can't give people their land back. What do you suggest I do?
Well, the only thing I can do for you is provide protection. Trust me, Madero. You will not die unless I'm involved.
Thank you for your assurance. I need all the help I could get.
No problem.
So what happened?
Release everything and tell them. We'll revolt tonight.
Alright guys, this is the one we've been waiting for. Pack up your things. Alright, you guys go check out Madero tonight.
That same night, on February 17th, as President Madero and Vice President Pino Suarez were in a discussion, anti-Madero forces barged in and arrested the two men.
Don't even think about it. The regime is over. Up!
Come this way.
With Madero and his vice president locked away, on February 18, 1913, Huerta assumes power.
We're transferring you back to military prison.
On February 22, 1913, President Madero and Vice President Pino Suarez are murdered on the way of being transferred to a military prison.
President Wilson, I'm afraid I have tragic news to tell you.
I'm listening. What is it concern?
Well, I'm afraid that Mexico's President Madero has been assassinated by opposing forces. It was said that the newly elected president, Victoriano Huerta, was part of the assassination.
Madero, but...
To make these matters worse, that U.S. Ambassador Henry Lane Wilson was involved as well.
He never informed me about his plan. He will be dismissed immediately.
But what about Mexico? Is it time that we should take action?
Yes. We should have been involved in the very beginning when citizens were revolting against Madero. Now Huerta will lose his presidency.
Refusing to recognize Huerta as Mexico's new president, Wilson dispatches William Bayard Hale, a campaign biographer, to Mexico.
Even though you may not understand Spanish, I believe you are worthy to work undercover and be able to understand the situation that's been occurring in Mexico. I want to find as much information on Huerta as possible.
Yes, Mr. President, sir. I'll report to you as soon as I can.
Soon later, Hale was able to gather information of the situation in Mexico during Huerta's regime.
Wilson, sir, I have some news concerning Huerta.
What happened, Hale? Please tell me what you saw.
It turns out that Huerta is another dictator of Mexico, sir. He has been controlling the revenues of the oil fields that let him buy foreign ammunition. From what I think, Huerta needs this ammunition to stay in power.
I knew it. Thank you for your cooperation, Hale. You may be excused.
Yes, Mr. President, sir.
On February 1914, the Huerta regime arrests unarmed U.S. sailors at the port of Tampico.
The U.S. Navy is requesting a formal apology from the Mexican Navy and as well as a salute.
The Mexican Navy apologizes.
Once again, the U.S. Navy requests a salute. This is an insult to our country.
Hello?
What?
German ships. They'll be landing in Veracruz at the crack of dawn. Yes. May you set up a conference with the Secretary of State and Navy Secretary Joseph Daniels. Thank you. So what do you do about the situation in Mexico?
Wilson, you know they took hostage of our U.S. sailors. What do you think? We have to send them back.
But think about it. What will happen to our relationship with Mexico? We spent so long trying to build this. We can't just throw it away now.
They're almost dishonoring the U.S., Mr. President. I think it's time that you actually send U.S. sailors to Veracruz. I think it's time to take action, sir.
Okay, we'll do that. Send the troops now.
Yes, sir. Immediately.